Good stretch. Good stretch. Good stretch. Did I just screw it? Hold on. Oh, look, and it didn't screw up. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Tee-hee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina. How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? I have no idea, Fantasia. I haven't heard anything about it. So, what kind of performance will you be put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't, yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to you. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. Hello, can you go? Hello, can you go? Top of the morning to you, Governor.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with an energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk.
Oh my, thanks.
So, how are you today, Wright?
That's actually pretty nice. They both came to cheer him on and give him milk. I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. Milk, because one of the things that Max said he needs to, like, calm down is milk. He likes drinking milk.
You mean Acro?
You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
If all I've got to worry about is how thin the type rope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. Oh. That's how I figure out what I'm supposed to do. What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. I'm glad it's actually telling us this so we don't screw up later and wonder what went wrong. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro into the truth. You're right. That's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today.
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars.
What would Acro's motive be? Against Max? Like, he doesn't hate Max, he hates Regina. We'll see. We'll see.
I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
I don't think I don't think Acro hates Max. Acro doesn't like Regina, because I think Acro blames Regina for what happened to his brother. I bet that note was meant to go to Regina. He put it in her pocket. That was him blaming her. I think. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. That's why I said present it for the Cyclops. Yeah. And it worked. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous series of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or should I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly from the scene of the crime.
You know, the sun's all the way down, and I'm not seeing this little thing that was up here yesterday. I think it's working. I had a feeling like something this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. In explanation, the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders.
Ooh. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work. Should I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. He must be in a box, dude. He's in a wheelchair.
Name and occupation.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus.
Where were you the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night.
If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. And we sang the first thing that came to our heads. It just so happened to be what I witnessed about the crime. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. I'm not going to sing for his testimony. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. Headsets on! Campy! Happy hump day, my lady. Welcome to hearing the stream. I was going to tell you, I'm going to give you a week for your corgi sound, I think. Because I think it's cute. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
Can't be, I'm just being, I gotta make it a thing. Also, I said so. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Myers Edgeworth did.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? You really are an uncle that streams games? Yeah. Just like how I treat my kids. I ain't gonna be... I'll be nice, but there's one thing.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Don't you delete my corgi.
I'm not gonna delete the corgi. Thank you, Campy. Thank you for 2 months of beautiful sub love. I will keep your sub boon of an intro corgi hooked on. Oh, in fact, I don't think you were here. Hold on. You didn't have your headset on, so we have to hear it. There you go. Because you didn't have your headset on when you came in and talked, so we had to hear your sub sound. Thank you again. In other words of Mr. Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Someday there'll be a mini spiff. I just have to have the confidence and nerve to ask a certain lady who's very beautiful and probably above my level by a lot. I think I remember I'm not allowed to press on certain things. I want to press on this one. Joy! Happy hump day. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Don't worry about it, Campy. Everyone has it, and let me know if you want to update it. Any sub, if you want your sub sound updated, RG's already done it once, just let me know. We'll update it. You're supporting the channel, I want to give you what you deserve. Besides mediocre content and entertainment. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony? Good idea, Brick. Was there something fishy about his last statement? What did Mo see? Did he see the roses? He did not. Ben saw the roses. Ben saw the roses as he was walking to the crime scene. Mo said he did not see any roses at all. And Acro says he's seeing the back. Correct. So me and Brick are on the same page. Do we think there's anything wrong with what he just said? The roses would have been in the front, and he said he saw the back. I'd say there's nothing wrong. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So I can find a clear contradiction. I better not over... Okay, so we can press him. Perfect. I want to hear about the thump. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed? That is correct. But you're still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Okay, so we're gonna press here's explanation and see if there's a contradiction. Okay. Let's go back to the beginning. You said that you're resting in bed? One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That is correct. You think there was something fishy about the last one, Brick? Let me know. But there are safety lights outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. The murder happened at 10:15, yes. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? It's true. Answer the question, person with birds. I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. You think there's something weird about the time? I think you're getting something. Yeah, a little after 10's like in the first 5 minutes. We could do that. Definitely. Let's do a safety save before we do this. Because I must come. Sometimes I do myself useful in these chambers.
The witness will proceed with his testimony.
Oh, we can't even present there. Said around that time. Which part of this did he say? Third floor? Let's make... I don't think we pressed anything. The thump... I think the thump was the murder weapon noise. We haven't pressed this one yet. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Or a bust? It doesn't have roses on it. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible.
You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth, and only the truth. Just if we were there with you that night.
I believe it was a human. I just strengthened his testimony. Oh, we could present the bust here. You think? I'm gonna try that. There's a huge contradiction to somebody that was just given.
If there is a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
Do you have any evidence? I think bust. What in the world is this?
How? You just doesn't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
What don't I get?
You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again, straight towards a guilty verdict.
You were... Oh, dang it. Okay. Yeah, Campy, we've been doing it. I've been trying to give them each a different voice. It still doesn't work very well. Oh, we didn't get a penalty! Perfect. So you... Brick, you were saying something about the time. If we press here and present the autopsy, do you think that's a thing? Yeah, I'm really happy we didn't lose any freaking health. Oh, we can't even present. The time adds up slightly. Did I press everything yet? I'm dreaming. When did you start thinking that you saw wasn't a dream?
That's not important.
I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on this witness's memory. Just to make sure, let's ask the witness.
Objection.
Oh! Where'd your spine go, Judge? Find it again. Don't sustain that. Akaro must be lying about what he saw, right? Of course he is. Now the challenge will be to expose his lies in court. Well, put the pedal to the metal, Nick. I wonder if we can just present it as, like, here, because I'm still hung up on this bust. Nope. I'll take the penalty. What does he say when we press this? Third floor. Yes, yes, correct. I'm gonna try presenting the autopsy. Yeah, I think the bust is something too. I want to try it. Prove with evidence? Okay, I want to try the autopsy report. I might have tried that already. But then I don't think I get a penalty. I don't. I'm gonna try presenting the autopsy report this one too. Or is that the one I just did? It was. That was the one I just did. But it is, I'm thinking the possibility that the bust is the big thump is pretty big too, Brick. Are you sure it was even a human being? Could have been a mannequin. It's like, this is the one you said is mannequin. I believe it was human. Something is with this bus. I can't tell if there's a thing with this statement.
Objection!
Support your no. I was hoping it would show me what I'm supposed to contradict. I forgot what thing we're on. I don't think I am either. Do the bust again. I've pressed every statement, pretty sure. I've presented the autopsy here. You heard a thump. 2 minutes later, saw someone flying. How about a picture of Max? We try presenting a picture of Max. Wait. The hat was found in the scene. How did it go by his window? Right? Found at the scene of the crime. How did it go up with the hat on? It was that freaking bust. I'm gonna present the hat. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down at out your window for that night. That would have been quite difficult, considering the state I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. It's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Ew, Acro's fibbing on the stand. He's a gigantic dude if he is on the floor in a wheelchair and reaches over the stand. Holy cow. What a mountain of a man.
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before sinking. Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth and I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in court this day? He wasn't dreaming. He doesn't hate Max, he hates Regina. I think we're gonna start saying it was him. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Yeah, he could have just, like, dropped it out his window or something. Are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by the theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for us to almost be scary.
He is staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder, of all things.
See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
Yeah, we haven't found the bust.
She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
He is not a poopy head. That is rude. That was across the line. Yeah, it can't be. Like, her thing is whipping people. Whip it good.
See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it.
Hey, that was family friendly. That's a song. Whip it good. I didn't say I knew what the song was about, but that's just a song. He took it when he was at breakfast with Regina. No, he doesn't go down to breakfast. He has breakfast in his room. Regina goes up to his room to give him breakfast. He put the note in her pocket. Then she went down to the cafeteria to eat breakfast with everyone else.
I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe this offense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear this offense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? I don't think so.
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
That?
You're not gonna sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Order! What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Alright, let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? I think he was in his room. He's obviously here the entire time. That's his room. Pretty simple. Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
Are you nuts?
What What do you say, Mr. Dingling?
Dude, how does he not have poop on his shoulder?
It's an interesting theory.
That's it?
Considering that what you proposed is impossible. Yes, that's it.
How's it impossible?
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
I think he dropped the bust on top of his head. You got a point.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted as the scene of the crime.
That's true. I think that's the bust.
Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he?
But Maya, that's still impossible for humans to fly.
Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright?
Go ahead.
I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume.
How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
Better be careful, Nick, if you mess up here.
I can't mess up here. Gotta give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster, and he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about that.
Time to enlighten us on how Mr. Dingling committed the crime.
Oh, did I miss a... I didn't see it. Thought I hit, like... It went straight in from his dialogue to the options. Balls. Oh, I can just present the bust. Hold on. What were the other options? That was just lucky. Okay.